So, where am I from? I'm from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Yeah, this is where I'm from. So how did I get the name Xander the Great? Because Xander isn't my real name. So how did Xander the Great become my rap name? Well, that's a good question. Um, so when I was growing up, or at least when I got into like my teenage years, like when I got like 13, 14, and 15 and stuff like that, I was a big Tupac fan. And Tupac had an alias, Machiavelli. And his group, he had a rap group called the Outlaws. And each member of the Outlaws had a name from a dictator. Like, so there was Machiavelli. There was, I want to say 7, 8 other members. There was Gaddafi, from Muammar Gaddafi. There was Napoleon. There was Mussolini. There was Khomeini. There was Castro. There was, who else was there? There was Hussein. So that's some members right there. Machiavelli, Hussein, Castro, Mussolini, Khomeini, Gaddafi, and Napoleon. So I never had no other rap name. So I said, that's gonna be my rap name. I'm gonna be Alexander. That's gonna be my name. I'm gonna go by them, like how they went with the dictator's name. I'm gonna be Alexander. I've literally never had any other name but that. I've never thought of another name. No other name ever came to mind. Ever since I was a kid and learned about history. History is my favorite subject in school. Alexander the Great always intrigued me for some reason. Excuse me. Always found him interesting. Always admired him, you should say. I always felt a connection with him. Like, my soul, like, what I want out of life, what I want to do in life. And I've always felt a connection. Like, what he wanted to do and what he did is what I wanted to do. Is what I want to do in life with music and just in general in life. Like, I want to take over. I want to be great in general. I want to be great. I want to be great in general, and he was a great general, and I want to be a great general. I want to be a leader. Yeah, I just wanted to achieve greatness out of my life and be remembered. But come to find out, years later after I chose to go by that name, Xander the Great, Alexander the Great, I shortened it to Xander the Great. So just to as represent, like, I'm me at the end of the day. Like, there's Alexander the Great, and yeah, I don't rep the same name. My rap name is that. But I'm Xander the Great, and that represents me being me. I'm not white. I don't have blonde hair, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I found this out, what I was saying. I found this out years later that me and him have the same birthday. We was born on the same day, July 21st. And that's not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in coincidence and stuff like that. There's a reason behind that. I've always had this connection with him. I chose that to be my rap name, and come to find out, me and him born on the same day. So yeah, that was meant to be. No Diddy, mouth is dry. Can't even find what I did at the top. Oh, here it is. Dumbass shit. But anyways, so what made me rap? Back when I was in high school, I had a friend of mine named Mike, and he had some beef. He was going at it with this other dude. Yeah, there was beef and whatever like that. And this is like 2003. And so my friend, he rapped. He decided to write a rap dissing the guy who he was beefing with. They had fought each other and stuff like that. So yeah, he really didn't fuck with me. So around that time, this is around the time I just started getting into Tupac and his music and the Outlaws. And so around that time, we had just discovered Hit 'Em Up. So he decided to write a dissing him. And if I recall, he wrote a diss off the Hit 'Em Up instrumental dissing dude. The dude who he was beefing with, like his friends, since I was cool with the one guy Mike, where like that, like so who he was beefing with, his friends, I was beefing with his friends. So it was me and my boy and like us against them. So like I said, he wrote a dissing the dude. Somehow he ended up talking me into writing a diss. He ended up talking me into getting in the little rap thing. We had a tape recorder and stuff like that. So he had a tape recorder, he recorded little raps or whatever like that. So he somehow talked me into hopping on that diss track with him. And I would have verse dissing one of his homeboys, whatever like that. So that was my first time ever writing a rap. Excuse me, through him talking me into doing it. If it wasn't for him talking me into writing that rap, who knows if I would have ever wrote a rap. But yeah. So one thing led to another. I wrote that rap, this dude, his homeboy, and one thing led to another. I started writing more raps, whatever. I would go to his house every day, and he always had instrumentals. So after that one song, we ended up doing another song and stuff like that. And it was just fun, just having fun, just writing little raps and stuff like that. I didn't write no songs of my own. I probably written like 3 or 4 like little verses, hopping on his songs, whatever like that, doing like group raps and stuff like that. Um, a group of friends rapping together and stuff like that. I probably had 3 or 4 raps written. I did not take it seriously at all. Um, I, I mean, I thought I was all right. I had some cool little lines, whatever like that. But it wasn't until I got expelled. I got expelled. I got kicked out of high school my freshman year. And yeah, like I said earlier, Tupac was my favorite rapper. And so when I got expelled, and my parents was pissed. So of course I felt that. And I was expelled. I couldn't hang out with my friends. I couldn't go out. I had to deal with my family being mad at me and stuff like that. I got expelled for weed, for marijuana. And this is ninth grade. I had never smoked weed prior to ninth grade. And then first year I started smoking weed, I got expelled. And my family didn't know nothing about it. So the shock that the first time they heard that I'm smoking weed is when I'm getting expelled from my first year of high school. So yeah, I was depressed and sad, all the above. So I started really listening to Tupac songs, and some of Tupac's sad songs, whatever like that, I felt them. I really felt his songs in my spirit and my soul. And something told me, and it might have been God, but something told me inside to grab the pen and write about how I feel, what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. It may help, it may not help, but why don't you just try writing about how you feel? And I did that. And I noticed that it was different. It was different from the little raps from earlier where like that. Like when I actually like wrote and expressed how I felt, like it was therapeutic. And it was different. I could tell. It was like I'm talking to you, almost. It was like I was really getting my feelings out. As far as my goals in music, my goals in music is to be recognized as one of the best. To be recognized as one of the best to ever do this. And I mean that to the fullest. From the first rapper to ever touch the mic, all the way up to now, all the way up to after I'm gone. I want to be known as one of the best to ever do this. That's my goal. To take this rap game to another level. Take it to where it's never been before. To let y'all ears hear something y'all never heard before. I want my name to go down in history. That's my goal. What makes me different? Listen to my music. And you're here for yourself. But what makes me different? I feel like my heart. I feel like I care when others don't. What makes me different? My drive. my will. Um, I have dreams and I have goals, and I want to get to them. I want to be happy, and if I can't be happy, I'd rather be dead. But do I have any inspirations? I mean, there's people who do great things. You can be any genre. It could be like skating. It could be a musician. It could be an athlete. Anybody who wants to be the best, who wants to be great and do great things. And they, no matter what, they push and do it. Tupac inspired me. Like Michael Jordan inspired me. Tony Hawk inspired me. Shawn Michaels inspired me. Bret Hart inspired me. The Rock inspired me. People like that. What I want to be remembered for? Hopefully, prayerfully, for changing the rap game, changing the music industry. Be remembered as a legend and someone who followed his heart and did what he wanted.